Perfect. Thanks everyone for joining today's Crypticorn English Update AMA. With me today is CMO Darren and our CTO Marty. And yeah, agenda as usual, nothing changed. Team development, marketing changes, and especially we're talking about the launch. And Darren will share his experience from his Thailand trip. And after that, we are going to have our questions. First part of the question for those people that want to have the questions on the recording can write in the chat or open their mic. Then we're going to stop the recording, and then there's still time for discussion, getting questions answered, and more. First of all, we have a small change on the team. As you see, Jarvis has temporarily been removed from the team due to personal reasons. We are going to talk with him in January and re-evaluating the whole situation about his personal being, and then making decisions where he is going to support the team again. Then, development. I think that is where Marty wants to step in and let us.
Sure. Yeah. So over the last month, we've launched a number of new data miners in production. Thanks to Zahid's work, we now have access to a lot of these data sources that we want to bring into the insights page on the dashboard. So we've launched this cluster of microservices, and we created an API client for this that the dashboard can use to load all of this data. And we can also use this data to start training more models besides just the price prediction model. So that brings me to the next talking point, which is the dashboard itself. So we launched a new design system on the dashboard, kind of included the new branding elements in there. And we also started to add new features to the dashboard. So for example, we added the new trading panel on the right and the order management, so you can sort of start interacting with exchanges very soon. So the idea is that you add an API key to a supported exchange. At the moment, we launch with KuCoin and BingX, and we're going to be adding more exchanges, especially it's based on your input. So we will also be tracking the trades you place using this trading terminal, and we can use that data to then we can use like a data-driven approach to trading using those trades and which prediction was used to place the trade, right? We can correlate those two, perhaps add an LLM on the left side that is kind of catered to you. And I think we can make a really powerful, like data-driven, prediction-driven trading solution. And in addition to that, we've also been working really hard on the trading bots. So we are very close to being done. And I think we're going to cover that a little bit later in the meeting. Yeah, and then we are also, grew the team, which is great. I'm getting a lot of help on the dashboard. There's actually 3 different people working on the trading dashboard, and it's really picked up a good pace of development. And we're going to be launching the new time frames as well, so not just the 15-minute time frame, but also other time frames. And yeah, many more things that I can't cover in this short time span. But I'll hand it back to Johannes from here.
Perfect. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, what Marty said, like, as you can see, the tiles already there. Economic news, Trader GPT, that big black space here above is for the trend prediction, where if you're a trader with a long term or your time frame is a little bit longer, then you might want to have a different kind of prediction that will be the trend prediction. And what Marty already proposed, Trader GPT is an LLM that will help you with basic questions and so on. But if you want, that's always the thing, if you want, we can track every trade you do. And after a certain amount of trades that you have been doing through the prediction dashboard, we can put an AI on you and your trades. So the AI will understand your trading style and then can make assumptions about your next trade that is going to happen and help you to predict the next trade if it will be a profitable trade or not. Simple example, maybe someone is not a good trader when there's a lot of volatility in the market or when there's a lot of fear and greed so FOMO and so on. The AI will then understand this correlation and can then help the trader to avoid making wrong decisions. Or the AI understands that someone is a better trader in the evening, but not in the morning. And things like that can then use to help you make a better trader. So not just a large language model that is answering your questions. No, an AI that is you could say your personal AI trading agent that is overviewing your trades or helping you with the trading decisions. And there's a few things that we are going to plan for the future. And if you're interested in that, well, you can opt into that, and we can then train an AI personal only on you and your trading style that helps you make better decisions and be a more profitable trader, besides only you looking at the predictions. Then DEX AI update. I mean, a few of you already saw that. I have been sharing a few results in the past few weeks. We had some very, very good runners. I mean, we saw the market went in the right direction, and then all launches, or in overall, the launches are much better. And that's also why we say it's in beta. If the market isn't right, like in the last few days, we saw Ethereum going down by 10%, maybe even 15% in a few hours. There is almost no volume in new token launches because the people are afraid. So that's when you, as humans, need to step in and make a decision on your own. In the future, we want also to solve this issue with machine learning, so you don't need to know about the market and so on. But for now, keep an eye on the market. If the sentiment is good, then the newly launched tokens will be so. HiveAI. We reached our first big milestone with our HiveAI. Let me quickly go back to the point so you understand what the HiveAI is. HiveAI means Crypticorn is at the center. We are collecting a lot of data. We are going to give out the data in a way that no one knows what is behind there. So we are not going to give away all the data we collected because much or a few data sources have been very, very hard to get. And we are giving that out to developers. They can then use that for their own AI, for their own trading models, pay us if they need the live predictions, or if they want integrate their AI into our main AI, improving the overall predictions. On the other side, we are giving out the predictions for institutions, again, for developers that want to use them for their own trading or for the trading bots. Then we generate revenue there in the form of AIC tokens, performance fees, institutions would pay, developers would pay. And then a part of that revenue is used as incentive, as reward for the developers that are supporting this AI system. That's why we call it HiveAI, because we're using the swarm intelligence of thousands of people that we are leveraging to make the overall predictions better, to make everyone's trading bot better, and then also for more revenue for everyone that is using our AI trading bots. And that's where Marty and Timon worked on the backend and the front end. And I think Marty wants to add a few sentences here.
Sure. Yes. So the idea is that as a Crypticorn developer, you can log into the dashboard and sort of access this page here, and you can create like a public developer profile with us, and you can also grab all of the data from the, it's kind of like the data tab, and it will allow you to download the whole thing. And we create periodic exports of our data, I think, at a regular time interval. And we, yeah, as Johannes pointed out, we intentionally rename all the columns and things like that so that we avoid any kind of bias that might come from like particular types of data. And yeah, and then we also have an evaluation section that is similar to other competitions that you might find out there, where people can submit back their model and we evaluate it against the benchmark. And that's what allows you to contribute the model back. So this is still kind of in an early phase of development, but we have launched the MVP as of last week or 2 weeks, I think it's been. We're calling this like the dashboard 2.0 with the refreshed design and all of these new features that we're adding. So we're gonna keep pushing, and yeah, eager to hear feedback of any devs that might be out there that wanna kind of experiment with our data.
Yeah, And as already said, we reached our first big milestone. It is we are able to give out the data. People can evaluate their predictions with us, and we are going to give them a score, rank them on our leaderboard. And so everyone knows exactly how good he is compared to all others. I think Martin needs to do a final test, and then we are making a big announcement. So we also start targeting developers then that are going to support this HiveAI. Then it is a little bit of a teaser for one of the next trading strategies that we are going to have on our prediction dashboard. It's called concentrate liquidity. That is essentially your farming fees on decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, for example. There are liquidity pools, and there's a new version of that Uniswap v3. And with this concentrate liquidity, you can, as you can see right here, that is the pool for Ethereum, USDT on Arbitrum, if I'm not mistaken, and you see RPR of almost 160%. So essentially what that is, you're going to supply liquidity, and then you're earning fees from everyone that is trading out there. It is a little bit different to the other strategies that we are going to have, like trend following, mean reversion, and it has its own risk profile. So it is very important for maybe people that have already 1 million, 2 million plus, as we think that through this liquidity pool farming or the fee farming, you are able to make 1, 2, 3, maybe 6, 7% a month on a stable basis because of these fees. And you can compare it, like, for example, with a stock that is paying a dividend every month. I mean, in that case, you're getting paid every minute or for every trade that is being done. And that's essentially what we are going to have. It is, on the one side, it will be for manual traders, again, compared with predictions of volatility, of where the price will move, and so on. And then also automated approaches, because it has a very special risk profile. And if you're already in the tier of having maybe 100 to 300K and you're completely fine with only a few percent and almost no drawdown, then this would be perfect for you. And that's what we're currently working on, because we're collecting already on-chain data, and we already have from our friend Hydra from CryptoDate the direct connection to the blockchain, so we can interact with the liquidity pools, add liquidity, remove it, and collect the fees. So that is being done also right now. Now to the, I would say for many the most important part regarding the marketing. Let me start with the financials first. As you already know, we are always going about this topic, so you know how much runway we have left and so on. Currently, we have 125K. A part of this is 30K is in stables, the rest is in ETH, BNB, and Polygon. Well, I would say 1 week ago we had 10% or 15% more. It's due to that we are not being 100% in stables, as we also profit a little bit from the prices or the overall crypto market pump after the US election results. Running expenses with that around about 5-6 months on average, we would, for the next 5 to 6 months, we need around about 40K for the running expenses, servers, website infrastructure, side as our full-time back-end developer. Now, tokenomics launch and so on. For those that didn't see it, I mean, we said it a few times, but maybe it goes or wasn't seen. We are not on the ETH chain anymore. We said it 2 months ago. We are changing to the BNB chain because of the high fees. I mean, yesterday or a few days ago, I wanted to send money on the Ethereum network, and the fees only for sending was like $15.
Yeah.
And we would have the same problem in the future. So we are going to change to BNB, especially with the HiveAI. If we are going to pay 100 developers, then we don't want to pay 1.5K only in fees. The same is true for everyone that's going to use our utility. Just imagine for only the usage of the trading bots, when you need to stake your tokens, you would need to pay even more than a transaction, and maybe $40, $50 only in fees for Ethereum wouldn't make any sense. So that's why we decided to switch to BNB chain, because of the transaction fees. So next point regarding token launch. We said in the last AMA that 2 things need to be fulfilled, so we launch. First is the market sentiment needs to be right. Market sentiment is right now, we all see that. On the other side, the utility. I think Martin already said that utility is sadly not ready yet. We are going to take around about 1 week. So we started internal testing. In 2 weeks, round about Christmas, we are going to start testing with a few selected members. And well, then it might not make sense to launch somewhere between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So we said we are going to push the launch into January. Also, we are having CoinStore and Community Secured as Launchpad and centralized exchange. And they need round about 20 days in advance to spread out the news. So we said the best way of having a good, successful launch would be in January. And that's why we decided to not launch right now or in 2 weeks where everyone is where everyone is busy with Christmas, New Year's Eve, and so on. I mean, people wouldn't have time to follow our news, follow our token launch. So that's why we decided the best for the project for successful launch would be in January. Furthermore, because we have more time talking with VCs, talking with other launchpads, and also with more centralized exchanges. For example, with Phoenix, I am on their space. I think it's next week, Friday, talking about BTC and the overall trend. And maybe from that, they got some positive feedback to us. Maybe we are also getting on their launchpad and into a deeper cooperation with them. Because we are pushing launch in January, besides the already known rewards of staking and airdrops, we said that everyone who's taking part in our ICO is getting an ICO participant NFT. We know that certain strategies or certain utilities are not for the broad masses, especially the DEX AI signals. Those new token launches have between 200 and 800K market cap. So we can't have 1,000 people aping $200 into a newly launched coin or token that only has 200K market cap. So at some point, we need to restrict that. And the same is true for a certain amount of trading strategies. For example, the concentrated liquidity. These pools have limits, and we can't put 20 million in such a pool. It would decrease the overall returns. So we need to limit it in some way. And that's why we said we are going to have a very exclusive ICO participant NFT that everyone gets that was part of the ICO that has been supporting us gets this NFT. And that is your exclusive access to the things that we need to limit because the market isn't, or the market is limited, liquidity on the market is limited. And for us to win, someone else needs to lose. And that's why we need to limit certain utilities to a few people. And we don't want to make it random. We want to make it in a way that we support the people that support us. And that's why we are having the special ticket, the special ICO participant NFT for everyone that has been part of our ICO. So that's one of the changes. We're going to airdrop that after the launch to the people that have been part. And in the future, this is the ticket for all the things that are not then for the public. And you can hold the NFT, you can sell it maybe to someone else. Maybe, for example, if we're talking about the concentrated liquidity stuff, you say, well, what should I do with that? Then you can sell your NFT, your access ticket to someone else who wants to have access to the special pools no one else has. And last but not least, marketing status from our CMO, Darren, also a little bit of your updates from him regarding Thailand and what he has for his experience there.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid you took a lot of my parts of the pitch, but that's okay. No worries with Communitas, the IEO, CoinStore. But that's okay because before this call, AMA, we had a call and you said, I'm extremely hyped. When I go through everything and when I read everything, I realize actually what we are building. And that's just because you're building a lot and you forget what you have in your hands. Maybe because of that, you spoke about it, but that's good. The excitement is good. Just to confirm, yes, we have confirmed actually two great key aspects for a launch, for a decent launch, and also a raise. Communitas, we have agreed upon a $250,000 raise. This is 100% approved, so all we need to do is give the green light. As Johanna said, they need to know 20 days in advance, and we're planning to launch in January. So that's great. They have a big community. They will also market it. Of course, we're paying a decent fee for this opportunity to get on there, which is very normal because you get access to their communities, and they're doing the marketing for you. Beside that, we will also do marketing, of course. And speaking of the IEO coin store, they have shown us their previous races, and they were all filled. And we're speaking of people having their, because you basically set a target for some projects to 200,000, and they have raised $500,000. In that case, the 300,000 that exceeded is going to be refunded. And we discussed this so that if that happens to us, which I wouldn't be surprised if it would happen, we could just do a second phase of an offering there. So let's say we're going to say, hey, we want to raise, I'm just saying something, $300,000, and it's going to be raised, and we're going to have a raise of 670,000. It means that the rest will be refunded, but we can immediately initiate another round to still get access to the rest of the funds and still get these people in, which is a great amount of liquidity being poured in. What we're also aiming for is to see if we can have a vesting period for either the IEO, or I don't know, I'm not sure if exchanges do this or Communitas, because if we do this, it would just be more safe for everyone. Not saying that if it's not possible that it's going to be a disaster, no, because do not forget that these funds are also coming in our hands, and we can work with this. And let's say if we would launch, so we're going to launch, we had this IDO and IEO plus listing on the exchange, because that comes with it, which is also great. Let's say we launch and we see a major dip. Doesn't matter, because we have hundreds of thousands of dollars to push the price back up. And it's also not crazy or odd to see a dump after launch, but that doesn't need to happen. I mean, we can also see a straight green line to Valhalla, basically, how people are saying that. Because if you look at AI projects, this bull run is a meme AI and RWA bull run, and some blockchains, as I mentioned before in the main. And if I look at what Johanna sent me, was yesterday or the day before, was another AI project, which is literally offering nothing. It's like, oh, I'm just going to say it like this, BS, because it is. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, for example, I think the thing I showed you was they are making price predictions. And there was a prediction for a short trade, and then they shared the success of the trade. The thing is, if you look closely, which, I mean, no one does, because everyone is only looking at the big P&L and so on. I mean, they have been leveraging this with 50 or 100x. And if you look closely at the entry, then the entry for the short was under the predicted price where the short should be closed. So absolutely no sense. And I think they pumped to 50 or 60 million. And with like nothing. So imagine if they are pumping to 50 million with nothing, then we on the launch, I think we are starting with a market cap of around about 3.44 million. Well, it is a 10, maybe 20x easily what we can do. If that scam project, I have to say it because it is like that. I mean, if you're sharing trades, success trades, where your entry price is under the predicted price where the short should be closed, I mean, it is a scam. So yeah, we could easily do a 10x, 20x if they are able to get 50 million market cap.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I told you also yesterday or the day before, I just don't know when we had this call. I think it was 2 days ago. I also told you, like, Johannes, I'm with you till the end, because this is a project that, first of all, the dev is working, and you know, when you have a working dev and motivated and excited and building things like this, you're already halfway there. Okay. But if you look at the products and the demand that will increase, you don't even need marketing. I mean, the demand, how it's going to increase when people are going to use the utilities, it's going to drive the price up. It's inevitable. And that's the beauty of this ecosystem within Crypticorn that will drive the price up. It can be in a month, it can be 6 months, it can be a year, but it will happen no matter what. So for those that are in here, keep this in mind. Secure your tokens. If you have secured it, hold them tight, because people will fight over those tokens in your portfolio. This is really going to happen. I don't want to dwell off too much. I just want to tell one more thing. I'm sorry, Johannes, if I dwell
Take
off too
your
much, but
time.
this is
Take
very
your
important.
time.
So as you all know, I'm from DSQ Solutions. So we're basically building projects from scratch when people come with their vision. So there was a project which is HiveAI, and they were like, in 24 hours, we need everything set up. We're going to launch the project. So I had a lot of stress, and I did it in 48 hours. The project launched with everything they needed: videos, white paper, website, whatever. But I didn't have the time to look into it. And it's HashAI is an AI mining system, and I didn't have the time to look into it. I didn't have time to secure a bag, and it launched in the bear market, and it went to 300 plus million in 3 days. There are people in here that know that we worked on it, and that I didn't even tell them about it because I was just so much in a hurry. And they went to 300 plus million. And with all due respect, if there's people from HashAI here, HashAI is a great project, great team, but it is nothing compared to Crypticorn, to what it is offering. So if that does in 3 days, 300 plus million in a bear market, I have no doubts that Crypticorn will perform. And I have no doubts that soon after launch, and this is not hyping up, this is just looking at other projects and what they offer and at what we are offering here, we're definitely going to see double to triple digit millions, like in a flash. And we are the ones responsible to make that happen. And how are we going to make that happen? So let's get back to my part. So again, the IDO and the IEO, you have heard about CoinStore Communitas. At least 250,000 at the IDO, and the CoinStore is not secured yet. We have different packages, can be 250,000 to a million plus. We went to Thailand. We have had multiple events. I don't know if Phil is in here. You don't need to come up. I just want to say thank you for introducing us and me, actually me and all the projects that I'm connected to all of these great people in Thailand, to all of these events that you have invited us. We have attended all DTC events. These are more than 10 events, and also other multiple events. And the connecting there was amazing. We have connected with centralized exchanges. We have also spoken to some centralized exchanges. Mexi, I'm still waiting for an answer. We got 4e.com. So that's eee.com. It's also an exchange. They were interested, also waiting for an answer there. So that's the thing on these events. You do network, you do connect, but sometimes after that, you don't get a reply. So I'm still waiting for that. However, we have also spoken to venture capitalists there. We had talks with them. I'm going to be honest, some were not interested, some are interested, still waiting for an answer. We have also had an email campaign for venture capitalists and angel investors, and we had feedback. We actually have a meeting tomorrow, so don't forget, Johannes, 8:45 a.m. our time, Central European time zone. We're going to have a meeting. They are interested. They replied to the email in Telegram because I left my handle, and they literally explained what Crypticorn was, and they said, like, we're very interested to speak to you guys, see what we can do. Their name is, I don't know if anyone knows them. Let me fetch their name. It was AI Combinator. Um, just give me 1 second. I don't want to make a
Rice
mistake.
Labs, I think, was the name.
A Rise Labs team, yeah. So we're gonna have a meeting with AI Combinator and Rise Labs. What I think that this is that the AI Combinator is looking for AI projects that is appealing to them, and they are connecting them to Rise Labs because Rise Labs probably trust them enough to get them these AI projects. They probably had previous successes, and they can continue to get them AI projects. This is what I am seeing here, but I may be wrong, but we have a meeting tomorrow. So speaking about the strategy plan, we have a marketing strategy being planned. It's currently going slow because, hey, are we going to get a venture capitalist? Are we not going to get a venture capitalist? So venture capitalists and no venture capitalists are two very different kinds of strategies, because you're just going to have much more funds. You're going to have whole team with you to market with you. And there's just the possibilities are endless. And you know what? If we secure a venture capitalist before launch or not, even if it comes after launch when people really realize what Crypticorn is, it's okay. Because when we are securing one or not, we're still going to do what we need to do to get the word out. But once a venture capitalist comes in, you all have the right to be very, very excited and hyped. Yeah, we're not a meme coin. We're not about hyping up, but it is true because we're going to have access to hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bull market with a project like Crypticorn, which means that development can continue. Johannes already said we can continue for months, so there's no issue in that. There's no worries in that, and we will gather more funds in those months. But when you secure a venture capitalist, you can secure 3 years of development, you can secure 3 years of marketing, and then with these products that Crypticorn is offering, it's how do they say that? It's a no-brainer. It's definitely going to happen. I mean, it's not just that, and it's not just the products. It's also the team. You need to know who the team is. I mean, you can have someone sitting in his room, 16 years old, craft everything that you see here, the whole white paper, the whole website, but the guy is not there to make money. He's there to take your money and leave. Like everyone can have a great concept, but when you have a strong team, serious team, everyone with its own position and role, and then with a concept like this, then you just increase the potential on success. That's just how it is. And Crypticorn is being handled very professionally by Johannes and the rest of the team. So I am very, very excited about it. And I am here till the end. And I don't hope there will be an end. But yeah, this is definitely going to happen. Speaking of the events, to continue from the events from Thailand, we also have an announcement for you guys that we're going to set up our own booth. And this booth will be set up in Europe. So if you guys are in from Europe, please, if you want, if you can, come and join us, see us there. We're going to exhibit. We're going to be we're going to have an exhibition booth and showcase Crypticorn in the best way possible with the CEO there this time. I'm going to be there for sure, and I'm sure some other team members will be with us. Some live very far. I don't know if they will be able to be there, but we're going to try and get as many people there as possible. So there we will be showcasing Crypticorn in a very serious way, in the real world marketing, offline marketing. And here, trust me, here you make the best deals. Like when I was with my booth in Dubai, I grew a lot, and that was just one time. And we can attend multiple events, and we have DTC group that is welcoming us on all the events they do. They are growing fast. They are doing Singapore, they are doing Thailand, they are doing Dubai. They are now starting in Europe. I don't know if they are gonna do Miami. I'm not sure. Phil is here. I don't know if he's busy or not, but I heard that they're in Miami. There's also events. But as DTC is growing, we're going to attend all of their events, and we're going to showcase Crypticorn more and more. Now think about this. There's also the 7-rule marketing. Johannes, if I make it too long, let me know. Sorry. Okay.
From my side, it's fine.
Okay. So there's also the 7-rule marketing you need to keep in mind. It's not about, hey, we're going to do a marketing push. 10,000 people will see it, but maybe 100 people get in. But from the same 10,000, I don't know, but they see us the second time, and they see that we have developed and we have released and we have grown, and they're actually going to start a chat. It can start the second time, third time, or fourth time, but we're going to be there every time. And every time we will have people that are interested and that are going to come to us. This is definitely going to happen. So the more we expose ourselves to people, the more trust we build, the more seriousness we show. And this is just going to bring more people. So to keep it short, in Europe, we are planning to attend an event and have our booth there with more following up. But more information is being shared on that, as we don't have any information about when exactly and in which city exactly. I think it's going to be Germany, but more information on this will be followed and will be shared with you guys. All right, I think I've shared everything that I had to share.
Thank you so much, Darren, for those encouraging words. You know, we're all very excited, and yeah, I can speak for the whole team here. You know, I think I'm really, really glad to see that we've kind of started growing the team too. You know, they put in a lot of work over the past few months. Yeah, I just want to recognize all of their work there, and we will continue to do that. I think how we built this international dev team now, with everyone involved, is actually a huge achievement. Most people that are on the team reach out themselves. So if there's anyone in the community that has the time and wants to commit to working with us, we're always welcoming new team members. So also spread the word. We're also looking to hire more devs basically and kind of speed up the whole development process and ship you all these AI powered trading features and build the utility.
Perfect. Then let's get over to the last part. Yeah. Well said, Marty. And let's finish this recording with some discussion or questions. So if there are any questions, feel free to open the mic, talk to us, or write in the chat, and we are happy to answer your questions. If you don't want to be on the recording, then take a few more minutes. We are going to stop the recording and then explain or answer your remaining questions. One question, can you explain staking rewards 3-tier system in detail? Not yet. The 3-tier system is essentially based on the holding period. Like the longer you stake your tokens, the higher your APY will be. The APY is depending on how many tokens we sell to the launch, because if we have more tokens, we can have a higher APY or longer. So it's not 100% sure, because it depends on are we getting VC in, which exchanges, and also which launchpads are going to help us for the launch. So it's not completely decided yet.
I also want to say one more thing. Sorry
then.
Two questions. Sure. So I don't see a name, I just see point. But the person that asked the question, I want to say thank you for how engaging you are with the community, and I want to also thank you for all the feedback you're giving. You're a very smart person, and I like how you're trying to really help. And it does help, of course. So thank you very much. I like it a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, regarding the launch, also I want to add, everyone who's part of the ICO right now gets to 3 months after the launch. That means you can use or start using the AI trading bots. Use that for at least a month, I would say, before the 3 months are going to start with the launch. So essentially, also you have more time to test out the utility, and also we have more time to share actual results to hype up the launch, because with the working product where users are making already returns, that is the perfect thing for launch if the utility is working, and we can share nice profits from that. So that's the idea, and we hope to launch in January with at least 3 strategies. So one is trend following, one is the mean reversion one. For a short explanation, mean reversion, it was then when, I think it was 2 days ago or yesterday, when I made the long trade after the strong dip. That's mean reversion as a strong dip, and the chart reverts to his mean, and that's essentially what the strategy is going to be. So that's what I made manual. That will be one of the strategies, and maybe we are also able to offer the concentrated liquidity strategy, and then we have different risk profiles or strategies with different risk profiles that everyone can use to their needs to create their own personal risk profile for the trading style. ICO price for round 1 and 2. This question, need to check the white paper. So it's in the white paper, nothing gets lost. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was 2.5 cents or 2 cents. Well, we can check that.
2.7
nothing
cents.
gets lost. Yeah. Martin, perfect. Thanks, guys.